I've been towing trailers recreationally for many years, and I thought it was good timing, now that I'm doing the new D-Max build, to actually get some proper towing mirrors. This toy hauler trailer that I built myself, it's not overly wide. It's only the same wheel track as a Hilux or a D-Max, your general sort of dual cab, but it is quite long. I think from the center point of the tow hitch to the back, it's like 6.5 meters. It's dual axle, and the big buggy goes on the back, the CF Moto. It's currently over there towing the jet ski, hiding over there, but yeah, usually it goes on the back of that. So yeah, it's sort of bigger than your average trailer, and the visibility has never been great out the side mirrors. And with the D-Max now, that I put the canopy on the back, there's no visibility through the back. It's got the solid doors, and once I put stuff in there, even if there was glass windows, you're still not gonna see through it. I might do one of those camera reverse mirrors that has a video picture that replaces the mirror, seeing as I've lost that. But the visibility out the side is still not great. So I was in the market for some towing mirrors, and the team from Vic Off-Road were nice enough to send me these. We're gonna be testing these out, the Hima Gen 2 mirrors. They suit the D-Max. This is a 2024, but those ones, they suit a 2021 onwards. We're gonna run through the specs, do a bit of an unboxing, bit of an install. Righto, first step, let's see what comes in the box. It's actually a box in a box. Let's unbox this one. It's very well packaged by the looks of it. This must be the right, the other box is obviously the left. Very well packaged. They come in these individual garment bag looking things. And there's three sort of, what are they called? They're not nylock, they're like those serrated lock nuts. Because they're pretty much plug and play. I think the old ones come off, these go on and plug in. I think that's literally it. Out of the bag, yeah, definitely a decent size improvement in the mirror. Obviously the extension. It still retains the indicators on the mirrors as well, and I believe it also still has the orange light there for your lane avoidance. Righto, let's run through some basic specs. I'll throw some pictures up on the screen here as I read along. The top mirror is 180mm tall, and it's the one that still electrically operates. The smaller mirror down the bottom is a smaller convex mirror, and that one's fixed. You manually adjust that one. I see on their website they do replacement mirror panels that you can clip in if you happen to accidentally break one. It still retains the factory turn signal on the mirror as well, so you don't lose that functionality that was on the stock mirrors. The extendable part of the mirror goes from 155mm to 235mm, so it does an extension of 80mm. The benefit of the extendable function is to get the mirrors out wider, so it actually gets your field of view back in, because you're towing, you know, a long trailer or a caravan for most people. And yeah, the angle from the mirror gets clipped by the caravan, and you lose a wedge in beside the caravan where you end up with a blind spot. So you get the mirrors out further, and then you can see sort of straight down the sides of the van, and then further straight down the road behind you. On the rare occasion that you're going down a tight four-wheel drive track or have to park in a real tight spot, you can actually manually fold the mirrors in. You just pull on it. It's on a bit of an indent. I believe it is quite tight from what I've seen in other reviews, but you just pull on it and they'll manually fold in flat with the car. When the mirrors are fully extended, they come out 440mm from the vehicle. When they're fully collapsed, it's 340mm. They retail for just under $660 from vicoffroad.com.au, and they were nice enough to give me a 10% off discount code. I'll put that and a link down in the description below. Righto, that's enough of the specs. Let's throw one on. For aesthetics, this is what the D-Max looks like before, from the front and from the back. That's what it looks like. Righto, fitting these, not going to be the easiest to film in this close quarters, but I'll try and do my best. There's a little plastic scrivet here with a little Phillips head screw in it. You unscrew that to get it out a bit, and then should be able to pry it out maybe. Put that somewhere safe. A hot tip, if you don't want to mess your interior up, or at least reduce the chance of it, one of these cheap trim removal tool sets from eBay. It's got all the little spudger things you need to try and get all the little clips out. Highly recommend it. I'll still stuff it up, but it lowers the chance of it. Righto, I don't know how this comes off, but hopefully it just pulls off. Correct. That's the clips there on the bottom, so they just go down and then clips in. So it comes straight off. Shouldn't need to take the door card off, hopefully. Famous last words, probably. Righto, it looks like the door card does need to come off, because you can't get to the plug to unplug it down there without possibly ripping it out. So the whole bottom, you just pull it and it pops away from the door. But then you do have to pop this up. The armrest pops off, and there's a little Phillips head screw behind there. You pop the window controller out. There's one little Phillips head behind there. And then you use one of your little spudgers and you pop out the little plastic cover in behind your door handle, and there's another little screw there. And that's pretty much it. And then you just pull it up and the whole door card comes off like that. And that's the little plug you need to get to behind here to unplug this mirror and plug the new one in. Push in that little lock and tab, pull that straight out. And then you should just undo these three 10mm bolts and it'll come straight out. They're also bolted Phillips heads, whatever you call that. So I might be able to crack them with a spanner. and then do it with a Phillips head. Righto, shouldn't have to go around the other side to hold it, undo that clip, straight out. There you go, not too bad, not that difficult. One stock mirror removed. I did notice as soon as I took the door card off, there's actually a broken brown wire in there. I don't know what that does. I might, well, I could have brought it up under warranty. I probably can't now that I'm putting aftermarket mirrors on the car. There was no functionality that wasn't working, so I honestly don't know what that's for. But yeah, it looks like that's been like that since build, and the car's only 5 months old. Awesome. One difference with the Hima mirrors, you would have saw when I undid that, they were screws that went into holes on the mirror. These are actually studs that come through and then nuts go on this side. So slight difference. Doesn't really matter. It does retain that little plastic clip, so I should be able to push it on from the outside, and as long as I get that to clip, it should hold in place while I come around the other side and put the nuts on. Feed the cable through the hole. Can't really see what I'm doing. Hopefully that clips. Maybe you can help me in the comments. Where is it? It might be a two-person job with someone to help you. But anyway, it's not holding on the clip, but it is just holding on the studs, so that'll do for me. Throw the bottom two nuts on first, so it definitely doesn't go anywhere. Pull the top one up. Try and keep them all even. It all looks pretty good, so I'll tension them up. Definitely tighten them up the way you're meant to do it. Work your way around in a bit of a sequence, applying even tension. They're not the biggest of studs, so maybe just stick to a 1/4 inch ratchet and just do them up to 1 grunt. Righto, that was pretty simple. Plug and play loom, straight in. There's a bit of extra length in this cable, so I might just put one little zippy tie snug around there. Not very tight because I don't want to damage the cable. Just snug it up, nip off the tail. Righto, that all looks pretty good. Now we put the door card on in reverse. Easy peasy, time to throw the screws back in. If you weren't paying attention and you mix it up, the one that goes in behind your door handle is this little flatter one. The other one's this thicker, bigger one with the bigger dome head and the bigger washer. You can see the difference there. Hopefully that helps someone. One here and one behind the window controls. It looks like the window controls has a little tab under the front that you clip in first and then push the back down. And then the armrest should just be all downwards. Little cover panel goes back behind the door handle. And last of all, slide the little plastic cover back over the mirror. Put the little plastic clip back in, and that is it. That is one side done. That's one side done. The other side will be exactly the same. So with the magic of video editing, boom, second side done. Satisfying peel of the plastic coming off. Very easy install, literally less than an hour. And after, this is what they look like from the front with them pushed all the way in. And from the back with them pushed all the way in. And this is what they look like from the front in the full. I'm gonna drive at 80K and 100K an hour zone on the highway mode. Ta-da. And from the back. I usually don't like the look of these on standard cars because they usually look a little bit chunky, but because I've got all the accessories and, you know, it's lifted and it's got wheels and tires and rock sliders and canopy, and I still got the roof rack and the awning and another roof rack there to go on, you get the deal. They do suit the look of the car, so yeah, I'm actually a fan of them. I reckon they do look pretty good. So yeah, if you're in the market for some towing mirrors, based on my initial thoughts, I'd definitely check these out. Hima towing mirrors from vicoffroad.com.au. Don't forget to use my discount code for 10% off. I'll put the code and the link in the description below. If you want to see how they hold up long term, hit that subscribe button and follow along. We're doing 3 weeks up at Cape York later this year and a heap other trips. So I'm probably gonna use them quite a lot and beat on them a fair bit. So I'll do a follow-up review in another few months. Now it's time to crack a beer and think about what mod I'm gonna do next. Cheers.